My name is Merle McEldowney. I've been an activist. I work with United for Action and with Food and Water Watch. I'm just an activist. I'm involved with there's a lot of organizations that have sprung up because so many people are so frightened about fracking in New York State.
Well, I've heard, even on my way over here, some people were saying, well, what's wrong with fracking? I want to have cheaper gas.
Well, gas is real cheap now, but it's probably artificially cheap. If you've been reading, they want to export gas to China. Right now, the gas on the export market is a lot more expensive. As soon as the pipelines are laid and they can export gas, it's not going to be cheaper. The only argument is, oh, well, what are we going to do for our cars and our heat? The answer is, we have to convert to renewable fuels. We have to start conserving energy. We cannot use all these fossil fuels. And we have to start turning off our lights and buying better cars and really looking into and taking advantage of all the renewables that are out there that the gas and oil industry is saying, oh no, we don't want to use that, we want you to buy oil. Obama was able to renew a tax credit for wind energy. There were people opposed to it. Why would they be opposed to a tax credit for wind energy? Because it means they can't sell as much gas and oil.
They've been doing fracking for about 50 years or so in this country, and there's been no science saying that it's harmful. What do you say to that?
Okay, first of all, what they've been doing is some fracking that's vertical fracking. What they want to do is do horizontal fracking, which means they dig very deep and then make another pipe a mile long, horizontal. And this technology is just from like maybe the 70s or 80s. It's actually, guess what company invented it? Halliburton invented this technology, which is relatively new, and there have been a lot of incidences of accidents. One of the things that happens when you lease your land, you have to sign what's called a non-disclosure. So if something happens to you, you can't complain. So there's a lot of science now that says it's not really viable. Some people at Cornell have done a study that shows how bad it is for the air. The gas and oil industry have been able to win lawsuits by paying off people, basically. So, and there is science that say that it's dangerous, that show how people have been poisoned by this. Even if what the gas industry says that fracking can be done safely, which it can't, it will ruin upstate New York. That beautiful rural landscape will be ruined by the truck traffic. It will be ruined by the acres of land that need to be cleared for every single well. It will be ruined by these wells in this beautiful rural district that will give off fumes because the DEC allows them to let off methane whenever they have a makeover. So whenever they decide to change something, they can let methane escape from the air. This is if there's no spills. This is if everything is safe. This is if everything is regulated. If you believe that the gas industry will really follow all these regulations, if you believe that there will be no spills, if there's any spills, it will ruin the land. We have animals killed all over in other parts of the country. People are getting cancer who live near these wells. The odds that the industry will properly dispose of the wastewater is pretty low. But even if they did, even if it didn't hurt the water, it's still going to ruin this beautiful state where I've camped and canoed. Any other questions?
Yeah, sure. So to start with, what's your name and who do you represent?